process by which you can wipe off the memories of spies, especially in the off chance that they're captured or compromised. Of course, I think we need it in our lives. Don't you want your banks to forget your credit card loans? Yeah? Anybody wants that? I do. Nice, thank you for the participation. I'll let you into a little secret. I definitely want my toxic ex to see you guys. Of course, we're friends, but I know you're like, come on, Rohini, before you backstop me, I'd like to move on with today's evening and invite on stage Gaurav Gandhi, Vice President, Asia Pacific, Prime Video, and Sushant Sriram, Country Director, Prime Video India, who can of course spill some more secrets that Prime Video has in store for all of us here. Can we have a huge round of applause for Gaurav and Sushant? Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Good. Very good.
Subscribe, congratulations are in order. Alright, this is amazing. Not just for Citadel, but for your recent elevations. Let me say, Vice President, Asia Pacific, congratulations. Woo! And of course, you're the Country Director, congratulations as well. So guys, you literally start
from right here in Amchi, Mumbai. And you know what? We have media here from all of APAC, from of course India, from Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, and Australia. So welcome everyone.
It's actually a franchise, right? Well, I'm going to take this to you. Can you tell us what that means and why this franchise is so important for Asia Pacific?
Absolutely. So you're right. Citadel is truly unique. It's an epic series about an independent global spy agency. From the franchise's rap production in Italy. So yeah, and the first launch series we're talking about here today has some of the best minds in entertainment from the world involved in it. Right from the executive producers Russo brothers, the showrunner David Weil, Richard Madden, Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Stanley Tucci, and so many more. And needless to say, we are all so excited about building this franchise together. But let me ask Sushant about what he thinks about building inside the
Fan of Citadel. And it's no secret that fans in India are supremely passionate about the spy thriller genre. We love our slick, high-octane action entertainment with unprecedented scale. And, as is the case with Citadel, when you combine that with a complex layered story, and twists and turns and nuanced characters, I think fans have a lot to be excited about. And what's interesting is that Citadel is not just grand and thrilling in so many ways, but it also very elegantly bucks all the conventional spy tropes, and ends up giving us a series that is really, sure, action, scale, and all of that, but it's also a very moving, character-driven drama. So I think everybody's going to have fun watching. So that's what fans are most excited about.
You know what? We are Korean simplified English Chinese.
Wow. So you're saying that, we can say Namaste at the same time I can say Sawadee Ka, and I can say Salamat Datang if I'm watching Citadel. This is amazing.
Absolutely.
Wow. Sushant, of course, this one's for you. Prime Video, favorites. Okay, because you are the home for my favorites. The Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, Mirza Kapoor. Marvelous, Mrs. Maisel, and so many more. अब देखिए मतलब हमारे दोस्त हैं यहाँ पर, लेकिन फैन पहले हैं और आज of course पत्रकार बाद में. So how do you do this? Like, how are you actually going to? Is there a strategy to build this fandom for Citadel as well?
Before I talk about that, the two shows that you mentioned right at the top there, where you mentioned, what was that?
Farsi
and Family Man. They have a connect with the world of Citadel, and but also, in types of stories that we really get to tell, that really delight and entertain. And great stories travel beyond boundaries, really, and languages too. And at Prime Video, we focus on helping our stories do just that, which is find a global audience. And over 75% of Prime Video India's customers actually watch international shows and movies in English.
I just heard you say you're developing something in India right now.
Did you hear something? Did you all hear something? Did I mention something like that? Okay. With Citadel, like Gaurav mentioned, we are building an interconnected universe that really takes borderless entertainment up a notch, right? And each Citadel series is locally created and filmed in region, and produced for a global audience, allowing people around the world to watch them irrespective of the language they speak and the cultures they're from, really, and be entertained. Citadel is created by Rajan DK, the makers of Finally and the Family Man, and it stars Varun Dhawan and Samantha Prabhu. So we can't wait for you all to experience this spy universe in all the big setup, and then there's so much more to come.
This is amazing. I can't wait for all of us to start our journey. Time for us, guys. And then, you know what you're going to do. You're going to make some noise. Are you guys ready? Can we play it again? Woohoo! All right, the time is here and the time is now. Shall we meet the spies in person? Are you ready? All right then. Yeah, you can keep screaming because I'm going to take their names and they are going to appear. If you want to try that. Yeah? 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Yes? Okay, she's like, say it. Okay, welcome. Let's welcome on stage Golden Globe winner, the one who made us cry buckets at the Red Wedding, and will hopefully save the world in Citadel, the swab. It's 2020.
Just let's give them a second to settle down. आप लोग settle हो जाइए. Mobiles just को नीचे कर लें. थोड़ा सा और नीचे कर लो सर. Good? सब खुश? All right, let's begin.
बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. Since it's your first time in India, also because it's 2023, we're going to go.
I sent it to your room. Did you get it yet? God damn it! Somebody send this man a coconut. I don't think he has enough time, but there's so many amazing things to see, and he knows that.
I really wanted to go to the national park. I was like,
Okay, so all of this. But you've also become the first South Asian woman to lead a network TV show in the US. And the rest, of course, is history. So congratulations on that. Yes! I'm going to take it.
Presented to me by Jennifer Salke, who's the head of Amazon Studios, was she wanted to create an international, global franchise, which is an original IP, which truly connects the world. So when we talk about diversity, Amazon is very much about diversity, and true diversity is represented internationally, not just with having different skin tones, but hearing the way people speak, actually delving into culture. And this show has the incredible ability to span across every country, every continent. So I didn't even know the story, and I was like, yep, doing it.
Fantastic, congratulations. Thank you for that. The Russo brothers, legends in their own right? When it comes to that mega scale, the sort of cinematic storytelling that we could never imagine, and it's so high impact. So I'm going to take this to both of you. When you had Dave Whale as a showrunner and executive producer, who's also the creator of another Amazon original, which is The Hunters. Could you each tell?
freedom, because they have such a huge, large-scale vision.
Correct, absolutely. Karen, for you?
I think they're incredible. Working with Joe, Anthony, and the whole Agbo team, bringing in David, there was such a sense of collaboration that they had with us. They trusted the actors. They asked us questions about, our characters, what we thought our characters would do. So there was this incredible trust and faith, which we absolutely had in them because of, their credibility, but they showed in us as well. So when you walk onto set, it was never a us and you thing. It was all of us together creating the show. So we feel a sense of ownership and we feel a sense of belonging because it's ours, because we put in, they helped us,
Stories, and that's you. Streaming, of course, has changed the way we look at stories, right, guys? I think this is an accepted fact now. Right? Prime Video has been at the forefront of that evolution. Do you think a story like Citadel, with this kick-ass, if I may say that, action, okay, I'm going on scripture, grand scale, and at the same time, do you think that that's why this makes it a perfect fit for Prime Video?
I think so. I think Prime Video is tremendously global, and they have a quest to make sure that they touch diversity across the world, and they tell stories and hyper-specific stories from around the world and connect people just the way streaming has connected the world. So I think this show is not just a perfect fit for Prime, but I think it could only be done on Amazon Prime because they're the only streamer that connects the world in such a detailed way.
Fantastic. Richard, would you like to add to Nadia and Mason? Okay, but what is surprising about them, and what are the parts that you personally found intriguing? That's what we're doing this in terms, man.
What I find intriguing about them is, and hopefully we'll have more opportunity too, is delving into who they are. To be someone who is being someone else every day, and on top of that then playing another character all at once. These are really complicated, intricate humans who do kill people, who do bad things, who have questionable moral judgments. They're complicated humans.
Nice. Yeah.
I think he really trying to understand his past and who he is as a person today. And I think Nadia is who she is today and what she's going to be in the future. And they kind of are star-crossed. They kind of are drawn to each other no matter what happens. And there's, outside of all the flashy action and the, big stunts and the explosion and all that cool stuff, the show has so much heart because their characters can't stop but be drawn to each other. Our characters, their characters, our characters. And I think that just makes for like good TV, like you invested in both Nadia and Mason. At least that's what I felt when I watched the whole show.
So, we know this from the trailer, of course, that there is, these characters, they lose their memory and they might be in the future. I mean, I'm sitting here, a complete non-actor, okay, complete layman question. I'm intrigued.
It's kind of like, it's like one of those scenes you see in a police drama where they have pins and chart and strings.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
That was our trailers and dressing rooms, was trying to work out how do we tie these stories together? How do we make it as clear as possible so the audience can understand it? But behind the scenes, we are keeping each other in check, comparing notes, what character are you?
And kind of not just check, like Richard said, checking with each other because our characters knew, we knew our characters really well. So we would say, do you have this information yet? Did Nadia tell Mason this? Does Kyle know that? And then we had to really confer with the directors and filmmakers to be like, wait, we don't want to pull on a thread that we can't, eventually answer. But this show is like a duck. It looks beautiful, it's swimming beautifully, but underneath it's like,
lovely.
That's what the show is. You look at it and you're like, wow, it looks great. You don't know what all it took.
Maybe we should say swan instead of...
But you are doing the action, guys. You're actually doing this. How physically demanding is something like this?
It's incredibly physically demanding because it's not just doing it once, you're doing it for 3 days straight. But I think that's what really drew me to this was within these action sequences that are physically demanding, we try and integrate as much of the character moments as we can. It's not simply a gun show or a fight sequence. This is how these two characters interact physically, how they dance together, and we learn in each action sequence a little more about the two of them. Just like in the drama scenes, the stakes are so high because of the adrenaline of what's going on. You're kind of constantly in this kind of exciting place, and that works both in the drama and action sequences.
Totally. It's because it was, COVID time. We invested a lot of ourselves in the show, and that's why we're so excited to share it with the world, because I think I left a part of my spirit in it. Really a part of my soul is in Citadel.
There is this epic action sequence or sequences, but at the same time, as an Indian viewer, the one thing that I felt left out of me was the heart and the drama. So how does the story balance out those?
Recurring series format that gives us more time to tell a story. It gives time for an audience to really get deeper into these characters, and selfishly as an actor, it gives us more time to work out who they are, and the better that we understand them, the better we can convey them, and the deeper you get to know them. And especially time between seasons of filming, it gives you a chance to let the character progress, mature a little in your head, and you come back with fresh eyes to it and a whole new experience, which will only inform the performance.
Thank you for that. Our next question is from Sana. Sana, are you here from Vikatan? Hi, Sana.
Hi, Richard and Priyanka. Vanakkam. My question is, what was the most fun memory on the set?
Vanakkam. My most fun memory on this set was when we wrapped it. I was like, back up, yay! It was a very, demanding show. It demanded a lot. So I think I felt a sense of achievement once we had finished it, once we wrapped it. I remember what Richard did when we wrapped. He went and shaved his head. Don't call me back for another shot.
Oh! No more continuity for you.
That's a fact. That was fun for me too.
Thank you so much for that, Sana. Would you like to take that?
I think on the day it was very difficult, but I look back, there's a whole sequence which I can't talk too much about, but it involves a submarine, and it has such huge spectacle to it, and I remember being there, and it kind of feeling like you were at a theme park because you were completely immersed in such a humongous set and experience, and that as an actor is one of those moments you don't have to do a lot of acting because everything around you is so real.
Correct. And you're excited.
I paused for a second when I walked in and I saw the set. I'd never seen anything as huge and immersive. It was interactive. It was moving. It was alive. It was unbelievable.
Wet.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
Can't wait to watch it. Don't do this to us, both of you. All right, who's next? Kalpana from Indian television. Hi, Kalpana. Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Gaurav. Congratulations. Brilliant show, brilliant trailer. How important is India to the success of this global franchising?
Hi, Kalpana. India is super important. We are kicking off the entire journey right here from India. It's before all the other premieres happen. This is the first place.
This is the first one.
First one. So that says how important it is. I think you have to think about it, the fact that besides the show and how interesting it is, we have Priyanka, who's our Indian global superstar, and everybody loves her here. And we have Richard, who has a huge fan following for the work he's done here. So that makes it super exciting for customers in India. And then the fact that we have part of the interconnected universe, that we have India leg to it that we talked about. So all of this make India a super important part of the entire Citadel story. So yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Our next question is from Vaibhavi Risbooth from NDTV.
Hi, Priyanka. Hi, Richard. This is actually, I want to know from you at this stage of your career, when you choose a project, what are the things that matter? I mean, what is the primary thing? Is it the director, the story, or the character that you're playing? What is that one thing that's completely non-negotiable?
I think for me, what would be non-negotiable now, it's actually really true. I can't work with people I don't like anymore. So it's really non-negotiable for me. I have to admire, look up to, and like the people that I work with, like the people that I'm surrounded with. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I want to be excited about going to work. I want to be inspired about going to work, and that's become non-negotiable for me. So when I meet the people that I'm going to work with, I take notes in a little pad. But that truly is something that, as I've evolved, become very important to me.
For me, it's not so much about just a director or a story or a writer. It's kind of simple. If I get to the end of the script and I want to go back to the start and read it again immediately, then I've usually found my next project.
Well, thank you so much for that. Priyanka Roy from The Telegraph, you're with us. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Hi. Gaurav, my question's for you. Will we see the different characters and actors of the various installments kind of crossover in the Citadel universe? And I know that, this is, you're still shooting it, but do you have like a tentative release date or window for the Indian installment?
So I'm not giving any spoilers away, first of all. But the fact is, this is a part of a larger universe, and each of the stories are part of that. So we'll have a lot of familial, connected tissues between the multiple editions of the show. And this is a big, ambitious project, and we are all super excited about the fact that, we start off with this story and how the other stories unfold in Italy and India. So there will be connected tissues, and you have to just wait for that. I can't give it away. And of course, we are filming the India edition, and we don't have any announcements to make on that right now. But for now, watch this one.
Well, full marks for trying. Yeah. All right. right, our next question, Smriti Sharma from Bollywood Live. Hi, Smriti.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and very congratulations to all of you. My question is for Priyanka. Priyanka, you have worked with the best of minds, the best of creators in both the Indian film industry and the West. So what are the differences and similarities that you have observed in your experience?
I think the similarities are that movies are movies, TV is TV. Wherever in the world you go, the language is the same. You know, you'll have a call sheet, you have a call time, you have an AD standing outside your trailer saying, you're late, come on, you have to know your lines, you know. So the madness is the same. I think the differences are cultural, and that should not be touched or changed. I think the cultural differences are, there's a lot of paperwork in Hollywood. Like there's stamping, there's signing when you finish working, and there's like your turnarounds, and there's a lot of emailing, and a lot of that happens. Versus here, we are a little bit more lax with time, you know, Indian stretchable time and all of that. But I think that the cultural differences are what I found different, but otherwise, I think the medium of filmmaking is the same in both places.
Thank you so much for that question. Lakshmi from First Post, are you with us? Hi.
Hello, my question is for you, Richard. So you're hugely popular in India. So if you're offered a role in Indian cinema, would you accept it? And what kind of role would you take?
Absolutely. I mean, India makes more films than any other country in the world.
Yeah. Woo!
And has an incredible amount of talent that I would be honored to work with. In terms of what kind of movie, I would like to do something comedic. I think we do so many serious things. It would be good to do something a bit more comic, because I've not really done that, so maybe that will happen in the future.
We need to start thinking. I'm already thinking about it, guys, don't worry.
Speaking of franchises, there's a couple that come to mind. All right, thank you so much for that. Our next question is Joita from India TV. Hi, Joita, are you here? Hi.
India TV.
India TV, yes.
Hi, Joita, how are you?
Hi, Priyanka, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Lovely meeting you like this.
Me too.
Okay, so my question goes to you. Priyanka, recently you appeared in an international podcast show where you spoke about, there was a time in your career where, you were put into a corner. So, noting that was the reason you sought work in Hollywood. So, just wanted to know that why speaking about it now?
I think that first of all, when I was on the podcast, I was asked about the journey of my life, and I spoke about, when I was young, when I was 10, when I was 15, when I was 22, when I was 30, 40, whatever. So I was talking about the truth of my journey, and I think now I was confident enough to talk about that phase of my life. I think now where I am, I was okay enough to kind of articulate what I felt. I think I had a very tumultuous relationship with what occurred, but I forgave, I moved on a long time ago, and then I made my peace with it. And I think that's why it was easy for me to talk about it in an open manner, in a safe space.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you, Joita.
Thank you so much, Joita. Thank you, Priyanka. Yeah, can we applaud that, please? Take a minute. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Gaurav. It's been truly phenomenal. And I think that we are an extremely lucky audience to get you to talk to us today, the first in the world. So thank you for this honor. Yeah. Can I please at this point request Sushant to come back on stage, and our friends from the media, of course, will do a couple more photos for you. Thank you. And now we can stand. Thanks.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, we'll do one photo, then we'll all start moving out. Thank you. Richard, would you like to answer that?
I can put always duality.
We have a home question. Home question for all of us. How does this play out for an actor? Emoting in the middle of all the action.
It's so much better than just doing action. Like you're sitting and hitting someone, punching someone. It's like to have a real conversation and then go back to like explosions. It was so exciting to be able to see and execute a scene that was created like that, because it's not boring, you know. You're not just being like, okay, we've seen these amazing stunts before. You actually have interest and soul and you're invested, you know. And you're like, what is happening? And I think that just gives the show so much of an edge over all the other action spy worlds.
Absolutely. Now, one of the most, I'm going to get into this trailer now, Richard. Take us through the process of preparing and filming for that.
That's kind of terrifying because this how do you look cool? How do you do it properly? And then that just fed into working out what the character would do, and that's what we did. How would you use every bit in the space? How do you use the sink in a fight? How do you use the handrail? So it gave us all these opportunities to make who knows how long, and they're straight into this dancing sequence.
I'm not even waiting for the 28th of April now, guys. I want to see this show like right now. But okay, we'll have to wait and behave ourselves. There's a scene, okay, a shot where you dodge a knife. And I looked at that, I was like, whoa! Okay, so what does it take to actually do an action sequence choreography? What did you learn?
Well, I had to really trust Richard that he won't stab my face when he threw that knife. Can you imagine you're standing and you have co-actors throwing a knife, but you know I'm joking, it was a CGI knife. He didn't really throw one on me.
Suddenly it's a magic show.
But that's what I learned. Smoke and mirrors, movie magic, guys, that you can make anything happen, and movie magic is a real thing. And
you know, the Indian installment of Citadel, we spoke about it before you guys came on the stage. Stars two of your friends, okay, that's Varun Dhawan and Samantha Prabhu. What advice would you give to your two fellow Indian spies who are part of the Citadel universe and in fact are shooting for the series as we speak?
I don't think exciting it is, and there are some really cool threads that connect the other installments to our...
We are here every day because she keeps me present. We're both hugely like to prepare properly before we engage in something, but I can overthink things and get in my head about it, and Priyanka was always great at bringing me right back into the room and being so present and allowing us to really play together. And I think that's kind of, in many ways, like the characters in the show, we balance each other out beautifully and bring out the best.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what I love about him is exactly the same thing but the opposite. So there are things that I missed.
Yin and yang, love it.
So because our script is extremely, you know, it's many layers and there's a lot going on, I'll come on the set and take a certain approach, and Richard will just tell me in my ear, you already know this information. And then I take a second approach.
That's something that again.
So we protect each other and we have each other's backs, and that's really wonderful to know that, you know, we're not trying to trip each other up. We're not trying to like point something bad out. We're truly there to support each other because we know this show is about the two of us together, and the better we dance together, the better the show will look. And we've always protected each other.
Beautiful. Teamwork, making the dream work, absolutely. You know, honestly, questions, and that is of course Gaurav. Would you join us on the stage, Gaurav? Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome back. Great. So you know how it goes. Our friends in the audience are our friends from the media. We've already got a lineup of journalists and publications that they're from. I'm going to take your name and the publication name. Not Miss Citadel, what would it be?
I think, well, from my point of view, or tried to do before, and for that one reason I'd say please tune in and watch it, because when you really fully combine those two things, you end up getting something electric all the way through it, not just the peaks and troughs of action or the lows of the drama. It's a real combined, beautiful thing.
And that was very intentional. My one thing would be, once you start, I don't think you'll be able to stop.
Hi Priyanka, my question is both of you. What was the most challenging part for you while shooting this Citadel?
For me, the most challenging part, I think, was
the character traits that both of my characters share. The nuances between how they behave, how they react to people, how they speak, and trying to see which of them are learned things and which of them are built into you as a human.
Thank you for that. Our next question is to you. Hi.
Oh, thanks. Richard, after having done projects like GOT and, there's an Eternals, where you worked with such an accomplished cast, as an actor, how actively do you seek projects that give you a chance to work with talent from, across the globe?
I think that's a brilliant thing, that such great material is going to attract a really brilliant, diverse range of talent, and this show has done that. And maybe I've just been very lucky to.
I mean, you have worked with amazing actors. It's pretty cool.
Thank you for that.
A lot of action, suspense, and thriller. How would you differentiate between the two projects, given your experience and the action in this?
Completely different characters, completely different.
The series. My question is for Gaurav. Citadel is one of the biggest series for Prime Video globally. Could you please help us understand the success of the same?
Yeah, thank you. I know how much they watch and the fans, but what's unique about Citadel is part of a global franchise that we're building, and we have interconnected stories, and we have like built regions of fans around the world, which is unique, and I don't think it's happened before. So we're super excited about that.
Thank you so much for that question.
For the show, love the trailer. Richard, my question is to you. You're not new to long-form content. You were part of Game of Thrones, of course. And you've also done franchises in cinema in Eternals. Do you think that with the audience seeing long-form shows year after year, season after season, they get a chance to connect with the characters more deeply and care for them more often because they're seeing them more often? And do you hope that it's the same for this character of yours as well, for Mason Kane?
I definitely hope it's the same for this character. I think there's something about this long-form, recurring series progress, mature a little in your head, and you come back with fresh eyes to it and a whole new experience, which will only inform the performance.
Thank you for that.
One memory on this set.
Vanakkam. My most fun memory on this.
No more continuity for you.
That's a fact. That was fun for me too.
Thank you so much for that, Sana. Would you like to take that?
I think on the day it was very difficult, but I look back, there's a whole sequence where we were being there and it kind of feeling like you were at a theme park because you were completely immersed in such a humongous set and experience. And that, as an actor, is one of those moments you don't have to do a lot of acting because everything around you is so real.
Correct. And you're excited.
I paused for a second when I walked in and I saw the set. I've never seen anything as huge.
Success of this global franchising.
India is super important. We are kicking off the entire journey right here from India. It's before all the other premieres happen. This is the first place.
This is the first one.
First one. So that's we have Priyanka, who's our Indian global superstar, and everybody loves her here. And we have Richard, who has a huge fan following for the work he's done here. So that makes it super exciting for customers in India. And then the fact that we have part of the interconnected universe, that we have India leg to it that we talked about. So all of this make India a super important part of the entire.
When you choose a project, what are the things that matter? I mean, what is the primary thing? Is it the director, the story, or the character that you're playing? What is that one thing that's completely non-negotiable?
Look up to and like the people that I work with, like the people that I'm surrounded with. I've been doing this for a very long time and I want to be excited about going to work. I want to be
script and I want to go back to the start and read it again immediately, then I've usually found my next project.
Well, thank you so much for that.
Characters and actors of the various installments kind of crossover in the Citadel universe. And I know that, this is, you're still shooting it, but do you have like a tentative release date or window for the Indian installment?
So I'm not giving any spoilers away, first of all, between the multiple editions of the show. And this is a big ambitious project, and we are all super excited about the fact that you know, we start off with this story and how the other stories unfold in Italy and India. So there will be credit issues, and you have to just wait for that. I can't give it away. And of course, we are filming the India edition, and we don't have any announcements to make on that right now.
And very congratulations to all of you. My question is for Priyanka. Priyanka, you have worked with the best of minds, the best of creators in both the Indian film industry and the West. So what are the differences and similarities that you have observed in your experience?
I think the similarities are that movies are movies, TV is TV. Wherever in the world you go, the language is the same. You know, you'll have a call sheet, you have a call time, you have an AD standing outside your trailer saying you're late, come on, you have to know your lines, you know. So the madness is the same. I think the differences are cultural, and that should not be touched or changed. I think the cultural differences are, there's a lot of paperwork in Hollywood, like there's stamping, there's signing when you finish working, and there's like your turnarounds, and there's a lot of emailing, and a lot of that happens. Versus here, we are a little bit more lax with time, you know, Indian stretchable time and all of that. But I think that the cultural differences are what I...
Thank you so much for that question. Lakshmi from First Coast, are you with us?
Hugely popular in India. So if you're offered a role in Indian cinema, would you accept it? And what kind of road would you take?
Absolutely. I mean, India makes more films than any other country to work with. In terms of what kind of movie, I would like to do something comedic. I think we do so many serious things. It would be good to do something a bit more comic, because I've not really done that, so maybe that will happen in the future.
We need to start thinking. I'm already thinking about it, guys, don't worry.
India TV.
India TV? Yes.
Hi Joyita, how are you?
Hi Priyanka, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Lovely meeting you like this.
Me too.
Okay, so my question goes to you. Priyanka, recently you appeared in an international podcast show where you spoke about, you know, there was a time in your career where, you know, you were put into a corner. So, noting that was the reason you sought work in Hollywood. So, just wanted to know that why speaking about it now?
I think that first of all, when I was on the podcast, I was asked about the journey of my life, and I spoke about, you know, when I was young, when I was 10, when I was 15, when I was 22, when I was 30, 40, whatever. So I was talking about that phase of my life. I think now where I am, I was okay enough to kind of articulate what I felt. I think I had a very tumultuous relationship with what occurred, but I forgave, you know, in a safe space.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Joyita.
Thank you so much, Joyita. Thank you, Priyanka. Yeah, can we applaud that, please? Take a minute. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you. We are an extremely lucky audience to get you to talk to us today, the first in the world. So thank you for this honor. Yeah. Can I please at this point request Sushant to come back on stage, and our friends from the media, of course, will do